Republicans in Congress have failed to do their constitutional duty and initiate impeachment proceedings against Trump for his high crimes and misdemeanors. But now, we may know why. Because the Republican and leadership who control what comes up and what doesn't, they've been on the take from Putin's people. And they just got caught taking campaign cash from Russian operatives, too. Most importantly, Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell has a super PAC that accepted $2.5 million from a pro-Ukrainian businessman. But it doesn't stop with him, as Republican Senators John McCain, Ted Cruz, and Marco Rubio have also accepted money from Russian donors. According to FEC regulations, federal candidates aren't allowed to accept donations from foreigners, and it's illegal for foreign governments to spend even a single dollar in our elections. The violations are so serious that the FBI has been notified. The connections have been exposed by Palmer Report and a Democratic operative named Scott Dworkin, who have connected all the dots online. Dworkin posted substantiating documents to Twitter along with the following message. Hashtag Trump leak stock. Mitch McConnell linked super PAC took $2.5 million from a pro-Putin Ukrainian businessman last election cycle. Hashtag Trump Russia. Dworkin also found that McConnell's not the only person who has benefited from a pro-Putin businessman. He tweeted a couple of days later photos of documents that show Wisconsin governor and grade A dirtbag Scott Walker also received money from this pro-Putin individual during the last election cycle. And while Walker's name has not come up often with regard to the Trump-Russia investigation, this is not the first time that Senator McConnell has been accused of having his own Russian connections. In April, Claude Taylor, a former White House staffer who worked under President Bill Clinton, revealed this on Twitter, quote, starting to hear chatter that there are intercepts with Paul Ryan and Mitch McConnell discussing funneling illegal Russian money into campaign. McConnell only made suspicions about his links to Russia worse with his insistence that an independent investigation into Trump's ties was not necessary. Earlier in May, after Trump fired FBI Director James Comey, McConnell brushed off questions about an independent investigation, saying that, quote, too much is at stake, and a separate review would derail the work that has already been done. Governor Walker, on the other hand, did say in March that he thought the suspicions of collusion were serious and should be reviewed, but he's been fairly quiet on the issue ever since. Perhaps people like McConnell and Walker have refused to push for a more in-depth investigation because they don't want their dirty laundry aired too. That appears to be the general consensus among those who've commented on Dworkin's tweets. And it's pretty clear to every American who's watching this closely that a whole bunch of Republicans are most likely going to jail. And it's probably the case that Trump won't even serve a full 4-year term, but he may get a 4-year sentence in a supermax prison. I'm Ryan Clayton. This is Content News. Come back daily for the news where we're free to share the truth.